Hey guys, it's your best fight friends. I'm Kelsey, that's Rachel.
And this is the Conor Spectacular.
Yeah. It's Conor Palooza here at
Real Talk with Kelsey and
Conor
Rachel.
McGregor fights this weekend.
Yeah.
Against Dustin Poirier, UFC 257. It's the first big pay-per-view of the year, Rachel, and it's an exciting time for sports.
Yeah, and last week we talked a lot about Dustin Poirier, and this week we got some stuff we want to talk about Conor McGregor. So the first thing I want to talk about is actually Ariel Helwani and his saying Conor McGregor's underrated. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and just get out of the way. Conor McGregor arriving on a yacht.
He's like, this boat is real. What?
Conor McGregor arrived on a yacht and was kind enough to share via social media various images and videos of him on his yacht. Then we also got a video of him pulling up once he was on land in a Rolls Royce. Kelsey, how was the Rolls Royce there?
It was waiting for Conor.
Yas Island have a Rolls Royce on the island?
Everybody in Abu Dhabi drives a Rolls Royce.
But I'm saying Yas Island specifically. I guess there's ferries, like if it was on a nearby island or piece of land, they could have ferried it over for Conor.
In your mind, on this island, there would be no cars?
Not no cars, but not a Rolls Royce.
Oh, but Conor had to have one there, and Conor gets what Conor wants. He was like, I would like a $2 million watch with people doing it on it. Okay. A pornographic watch.
I didn't even know about that. So
I didn't either. I saw the watch, but then when I was writing the story, I was like, what?
I learned that by reading your article on this
I learned it by writing
bit of news. And I was like, I don't
Come
understand.
On, Conor.
It's like, you know what I do understand? I understand that sometimes maybe people have different preferences to me, and that's okay. Also, maybe sometimes people are kind of, I'm going to say childish, but I don't mean it in a derogatory manner. What I mean is sometimes there's things that I like that you'll be like, well, Rachel, that's, whatever. I'm just saying.
They're just different than you, is what you're saying.
It's like getting the pen where you tip it over and there's the lady's clothes come off.
There's people who legitimately like watching the Hobbit movies. And Rachel is more of a Lord of the Rings person. Is that what you're saying?
Perhaps.
Basically.
Perhaps. People can have different preferences. I will say this. I know for a fact, even though I don't actually know for a fact, but I know for a fact, there are people out there that look at the things that I enjoy and are like, scoff at me.
Yeah.
Maybe
they're like, ugh.
For liking Lord of the Rings. Like, I do. I've read the book several times. Oh, great.
You're having your own Bruce Buffer moment?
Yes.
Rachel attacked by vicious, whatever, attacker.
If you're listening and not watching, there was just a gnat buzzing in front of my face. Anyway, I really like Lord of the Rings, but there are people out there that because that is a work of fiction would be like,
don't be one of those people. Just let Conor have his watch. Let Conor have his Rolls Royce.
Who they are, and I'll manage me and let Conor manage Conor.
Conor, he's like, bring me the silliest pajama pants you have. I don't need a shirt. And then he walks around, and he's like stupid jacked right now to where I'm like, how is he even 155 and understand how he's lightweight? But it is when Conor McGregor fights, when Floyd Mayweather fights, Manny Pacquiao, Canelo Alvarez today. All these people bring a certain amount of interest in the sport and combat sports in general. Even Dustin Poirier said, when I talked to him for Bleacher Report last week, this is the biggest fight that can happen in combat sports when you're fighting Conor McGregor, and he's excited about it, and I think the whole combat sports world gets excited about when Conor McGregor fights.
Well, and it's fun to just let somebody, manage their own lives, and when I take my judgment out of the situation, then, people, it is interesting, and it is fun, and I like seeing stuff kind of stir the pot. Like, I like to get excited for fights, just like I like to get excited for games, and, the Olympics, when those are on, like, all the human interest stories, they drive interest. Like, that's what we're doing because it's fun to be interested and engaged in something. And so stuff like this is just kind of like that.
Yeah, it's exciting.